I have the three biggest intermittent fasting mistakes and what you could do to make sure it doesn't happen to you. Intermittent fasting, one of the biggest trends in all of the diet industry, and people are doing it in the hopes of losing weight, dropping body fat, and there's many other benefits as well, but does it work? Hi, I'm Alessi, the HighOctaneDad, Dad, helping to unlock the superhuman potential inside every father. And I want to talk about intermittent fasting today and some of the pitfalls to avoid and the mistakes not to make sure you're getting in better shape. And also to please like and subscribe to this channel. I want to hear from you and leave your comments down below so I can continue to make content that's important to you. Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern that cycles between periods of fasting and eating. It doesn't specify which foods you should eat, but rather when you should eat them. In this respect, it's not a diet in the conventional sense, but more accurately describes an eating pattern. There are several different ways of doing intermittent fasting, all of which involve splitting the day or week into an eating and fasting period. During the fasting periods, you'll eat either very little or nothing at all. These are the most popular methods. The 16-8 method. This is also called the lean gains protocol. It involves skipping breakfast and restricting your daily eating pattern to 8 hours, such as between 1 to 9 p.m. Then you'll have to fast for 16 hours in between. For many people, this is considered the easiest and the best place to start. The Eat, Stop, Eat method. This involves fasting for 24 hours, once or twice a week. For example, by not eating from dinner day one until dinner the next day. This is much more difficult, and many people do feel increased craving and hunger, especially during normal meal times. The 5-2 intermittent fasting diet. With this method, you consume only 500 to 600 calories on 2 non-consecutive days of the week, but eat normally on the other 5 days. By reducing your calorie intake, all of these methods should cause weight loss as long as you don't compensate by eating much more during the eating periods. Many people find the 16-8 method to be the simplest, as I mentioned, the most sustainable, and the easiest to stick to. It's also the most popular. There are many benefits of doing intermittent fasting. First is human growth hormone. The level of growth hormone will skyrocket, increasing as much as 5-fold. This has benefits for fat loss and muscle gain, to name a few. Insulin and insulin sensitivity improves and levels of insulin drop dramatically. Lower insulin levels make stored body fat more accessible and much better for dropping body fat, changing body composition, and also excellent for diabetics. Cellular repair. When fasted, your cells initiate cellular repair processes faster. This includes autophagy, where cells digest and remove old and dysfunctional proteins that build up inside the cell. This will lead to younger, faster, more responsive cells. Gene expression. There are changes in the function of genes related to longevity and protection against disease. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? But before we jump into it, let's talk about some of the 3 biggest mistakes that people make that I see all the time that you could help prevent and avoid to make sure that you're doing it right. One of the biggest pitfalls of intermittent fasting is starting off too drastically with intermittent fasting. Many people following the standard American diet are really in no position just to start off with intermittent fasting. Many people will find it too restrictive, and although they have the best intentions, are going to have a hard time sticking with it. The second mistake is eating the wrong foods in your fasting window. By far and away, the number one thing to human nutrition, whether it's for increased longevity, better energy, or body composition, is choosing the right foods. That is more important than eating the wrong foods, but just at different times. For example, if you were to eat the right foods made up of lean sources of protein, chicken, fish, turkey, beef, pork, and eggs, the right types of good omega fats, and also having the right low glycemic carbs, especially vegetables, at any time throughout the day is considerably better than only eating within a window or low calorie or every other day, but eating the wrong foods such as crackers and cereal and ice cream and sweets. And the third biggest mistake I see from people during intermittent fasting is not exercising when intermittent fasting. Many people think if they just restrict their calories, magic will happen, and to a certain degree they will see a change. However, to have a complete program, you do want to work your muscle tissue. Now, I realize there's a lot of information out there that says we're going to give you so few calories during intermittent fast that we don't recommend exercise. Any program that I would recommend would be having exercise included. If you don't exercise, I think that's short-sighted at best. You want to make sure that you have a very complete program that gives you enough nourishment so you could still pull it off, see these increased great gains from intermittent fasting, but at the same time fuel your body properly. Make sure that you're exercising when doing your intermittent fast. So what does all this mean? It means intermittent fasting is a way to help get in better shape. In my opinion, you should use it with other things. If I had to break down nutrition, I would say it's considerably more important to make sure that you're eating the right things, so your food selection is more important, and then worry about some of the timing. And if you do the two things combined, you could have unbelievably and powerful results, but the food selection does come first. So hopefully today you enjoyed this video. I want you to like and subscribe the video. It means a lot to me, and please leave your comments down below. I want to continue to make things that are important to you, so please let me know what you want to discuss. I'm Derek Alessi, the High Octane Dad, helping to unlock the superhuman potential inside every father.